That is not a clickbait title. Seriously, what I'm about to tell you in this video is going to help you massively. If your goal is to build muscle, then you really need to understand what I'm going to say in this video, because it will change your workouts completely and you should start to see some great results if you just execute it, and it is so easy and simple to do. So stay tuned, because it's going to be a good one. Almost forgot to say, I am supposed to be giving you an update on how my cut's going and how I'm feeling and the results, etc, etc. So I am now down at about 2,800 calories a day, so pretty damn low considering I could probably cut on around 3,000. So pretty low. I'm feeling okay, a little bit more tired than normal, but not feeling too run down. Getting through. What else do I want to say? I'll give a physique update at the end of the video, so stick around to the end, because I will then show you how I'm looking at the moment and compare it to the last update that I did to give you an idea on the progress that I'm making. Yeah, really, I mean, you would have seen, in fact, if I haven't shown it, I'll put it on the screen here somewhere now. I think I weighed about 87.5 when I weighed myself yesterday. I can't remember, but it'll be on the screen. So come down quite a bit from where I finished my bulk, which was 88.2 kilograms, I think. Yeah, so progress is going good. I'm quite happy with how I'm looking at the moment. Still a little bit of body fat to go. Strength in the gym hasn't really changed, if I'm honest. I'm still lifting similar weights, which is good, because normally you will lose some strength in the gym when you go into a calorie deficit. But yeah, going well, looking good, feeling good, and yeah, I'll stick around to the end and I'll give you an update on how my physique's looking. Thanks you, bye bye. Thanks you, what the... So the advice and the golden nugget of priceless information I'm going to give you today is about pre-exhausting or pre-fatiguing your muscles at the start of a workout. What is it? What is the point of it? Well, first of all, pre-fatiguing or pre-exhausting muscles is where you will do exactly that. You will start out by tiring the muscles that you're looking to work. What is the point of it? I got a text. Got a text. What is the point of it? The point of it is that you are trying to make sure that you get overload on the muscle you're looking to build. Now, when you're doing compound exercises, which is exercises where you're using more than one muscle group and more than one joint, as an example, squats and bench press, it isn't always the muscle you're looking to target that tires first and receives the overload. So, for example, when you're doing a bench press, it's more often than not, and you'll probably be able to vouch for yourself on this, it's more often than not that your arms are what tire first. So you'll be doing your bench press, and the only reason you stop is because your arms are tired, not because your chest is tired. Now, what you do with the pre-exhausting is you make sure that it is the muscle you're working that tires first and receives the attention and receives the overload. So as I'll go on to show you in a minute, in my workout, I will do I'm guilty of starting with compounds as well sometimes, but I will start with isolation work, which is where you do an exercise that only involves one joint that's moving. So for example, a bicep curl is isolation, and chest flies, as an example, which I'll show you in a second, is an isolation exercise. So you are targeting that specific muscle. That is the only muscle that is possible to tire when you're doing the exercise, and therefore it is ready for the workout and will get punished. With all that being said, if your goal is to get stronger and you're training for performance, then this isn't really necessary. I wouldn't recommend pre-exhausting your muscles. Get straight into your compound exercises, try and get stronger, try and increase your ability to do the movement. However, if your goal is to build size, then this is exactly what you should be doing at the start of your workout, as opposed to starting your workouts with compound exercises. So if we have a look at an example of my push workout that I did the other day, first of all, I don't really like training in this gym. The lighting is not very good, and you therefore can't really see any definition and see what muscles are working, all that sort of thing. So apologies for the lighting and for it not being very good. But you do have to appreciate the camera work. My friend Jack Warwick did the camera work, and I think he's done a bloody good job. So thank you very much, Jack Warwick. Anyway, push workout. As you can see, I started my push workout not with bench press, not with shoulder press. I started it with chest flies. So it is an isolation movement where I'm just focusing only on my chest. So only one joint is moving, which would be my shoulders. as in that's the joint that's moving, not what's working. My chest will be the muscle that's working. So it is only my chest that's going to fatigue. Nothing else is going to fatigue. So I'm pre-exhausting my chest, ready for when I go into doing my compound exercise. So as you can see here, I'm then going to go in to do a what they call a piston press, where you basically, it's a bench press, but you do one arm and then the other. Shout out to London Muscle, by the way, for the exercise, because this is where I got it from, and it is very, very good. The point is that when I'm now doing my chest press here, my chest is going to be what fatigues first, not my arms or my shoulders or anything. My chest is already tired from the flies that I started on, so therefore they are getting all this overload and all this attention now when I do the bench press, and that is going to be what causes the muscle to scream and grow, and hopefully we then look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in about a week's time is the plan. Of course it's possible. Anyway, because it's a push workout, I did my shoulders and my chest. So with shoulders, again, I didn't start with overhead press or something like that, which a lot of people will do. I started with flies, pre-fatiguing. The only thing working here is my delts. Nothing else is going to be getting tired, because it is just focusing on my shoulders entirely. So do your normal set, by the way, on this. Don't think that you've got to do any weird and wonderful reps or anything like that. Do your normal set. All I'm just saying is reorder your exercises. Sorry, I'm watching the video at the same time as I'm talking to the camera, if you're wondering why I'm not looking at you. So just make sure that you are doing isolation work on your muscle groups. Now, if you want me to do a separate video on isolation exercises that you can use for pre-exhausting or pre-fatiguing, whatever you want to call it, then leave a comment below, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll definitely do a video on all of those things, because it does make sense. If you get it wrong, then it's pointless. So if you want me to do that, do just let me know and I'll do a video on it. Anyway, so I started with lat raises, and then I moved into overhead press, as you normally would do. And exactly the same with the bench press. When I'm now doing my overhead press, I feel my shoulders burning through the whole exercise. My arms do not tire first, which can happen a lot of the time, because they're obviously doing a lot of the movement and they are taking a lot of the stress. But my shoulders are already tired from the exercises before, and therefore when I'm doing the exercise, it is my shoulders that are getting all the attention. I feel like I'm repeating myself now, and I'm even bored of listening to me. Anyway, skip to the end to me with my top up if you really want. Anyway, another point I wanted to mention, which is again a bit of a side note, because I know that a lot of you are going to be screaming saying, oh, I cheated on that rep, look, he jumped up a little bit and got the extra rep out. That is absolutely fine to do, because it is just like someone giving you a spot to get your last few reps out. Now, if you're jumping and pushing the weight up on every single rep, then it's too heavy and you're getting nothing out of it. But if you've done 8 solid reps, and then just to get the last couple out, so you get a nice round number for 10, you do a little jump, you know, in order to just help you get past that little sticking point where you struggle, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. That is a form of progress. Now, I would say to make sure you're in control of the exercise when you do it though. Don't just throw it up in the air and let it fall back down. You want to control that negative rep, as that's where you're going to get your results from. So you do it in a controlled manner, but doing a little jump to get your last rep out, or, you know, doing a slight cheating rep is not a problem, unless you're doing it for the whole set. Then it's just stupid. So this is the physique update. I'm having to do this by myself, so I've got you propped up on a chair, but I wanted to make sure I got it in the same lighting as the last one, so then it's a fair comparison. So let's see how the camera adjusts when I do this. So I haven't been to the gym actually, so this is me without a pump at all, so probably worst case scenario compared to the last one. Yeah, I should really teach myself how to pose. But anyway, as I said earlier, my diet's pretty good at the moment. I'm feeling pretty good. You know, still just as strong in the gym. Gonna continue as I am for another 3 or 4 weeks and see where I am. But I think I'm getting leaner. Don't know what else to say really. Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. Actually, I'd like to see some comments right back to some of you, and even if it's just something rubbish, just put something in there. Be good to hear from you. Share it. You could share the video. What else could you do? See you next one.